Hey guys, Josie with Queen My Pawn. I got asked a question, a math-related question. How many nickels, dimes, and quarters can you group to make a dollar? So basically, like 20 nickels or 10 dimes or 4 quarters, all of those will make a dollar. But what if I had like 1 quarter? Then how many nickels and dimes can I get out of that? Well, when I got this problem and looked at it for the first time, or heard about it for the first time, really, I was so confused on how to solve it. Because here's the thing. The first step is super easy. First of all, to put it on paper is an easy step. $1 equals some number of quarters, so we'll write Q for that. Like if Q equaled 4, you multiply 0.25 by 4, you get $1, okay? Plus 0.10 for dime, and plus 0.05 for nickels. Okay. The reason why I was so confused is because we have 3 unknowns. Like, if I plug in 0 for quarter, I still don't know what dimes and nickels are, and I got to figure that out. So the fastest way I could have thought about it at the time was the brute force. You basically plug in, let's see, so one, let's say I have 4 quarters. Well, okay, that's pretty easy. I have 4 quarters, so Q equals 4, D equals 0, and N equals 0. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way would be if I had Q equal to 3. Now, of course, I could write dime equals 10 and nickels equals 10, but we won't worry about that for now. It'll pop up later. Q equals 3. Okay, I have 3 quarters. That means that I could have 2 dimes, and for nickels, I would have 1. 75 plus 85, 95 plus a nickel is $1. Another way would also be if I have, again, 3 quarters, and let's say instead of 1 dime now I have 3 nickels. And another way would be if I have 3 quarters or no dimes and 5 nickels. You can verify for yourself this is the case. Now, brute force, this is gonna not take that long for 3 quarters, but what about a case when you have 2 quarters? Well, I know I can start off with 5 dimes, no nickels, but this can get pretty tedious fast, because then you got to do 5 dimes, 4 dimes, 3 dimes, 2 dimes, 1 dime, no dimes. And then it gets even worse for when you only have no quarters. That means you have 10 dimes. Then you got to find the case where you have 9 dimes, 8 dimes, 7 dimes, 6 dimes, and writing that out is going to be crazy. But notice, at this point, I noticed something. Every time that the dimes decreases by 1, so over here, we decrease by 1, the nickels went up by 2. So it's like they're related. And it's the same thing over here. Dimes went down by 1, nickels went up by 1. And that makes sense because 1 dime is equal to 2 nickels. And knowing that, it was easy to realize how many ways you can rearrange a group of quarters, dimes, and nickels. Well, for the case with Q equals 4, that's one case right there. For quarters, well, it's just this number plus 1, because, you know, 0, 1, 2, that corresponds to 1, 2, 3. So really, you just add 1 to the biggest number. So that's 3. That's 3 ways. To number 2 is 6 ways, for reasons I just discussed. And let's write dots. And q equals 1. Well, you would have to start with DIMES equal to 7, because 25 plus 7, 95, nickels equals 1. That's 8 ways. And finally, when q equals 0, then, you know, you have 10 dimes, and that's 11 ways. So now you can verify this for yourself the very long way, but if you want, I wouldn't recommend it because the math is clear as day. But of course, if you really don't believe that you can solve it this way, it's really fast. Just add up the right numbers now. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 6 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 11 is 29. So there are 29 ways to rearrange a group of quarters, nickels, and dimes. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out queenmypawn.com for more content, or just subscribe, or just feel free to keep watching my other videos.